Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Now, folks, I need you to do me a favor. If you like my reviews, pass on that information to your friends. Tell them about it so we can expand our viewership. Let's see if we can't really get this thing to take off. Today, I'm reviewing the new Lirio Rojo. Actually, this is a yearly cigar from Warp Cigars. I've reviewed it now previous 2 years. And this year, we'll see how well it does. Lirio Rojo translates to red lily. All right. These are made in the Aganorsa Leaf Factory, formerly known as Casa Fernandez, primarily with using Aganorsa tobacco. There is the density. No band, very plain looking cigar as far as there's no bands. This is exactly the same size as they always are. So let's get right to it. How about that? The new Lirio Rojo from the 2018 version, since they come out in December of every year, 2018 version of the Lirio Rojo. All right, a 44 ring is like somewhere right between a Lancero and a Churchill size. So that's what we're talking about here. Just a wee bit of firmness. Actually, it's about perfect. Well, your first flavors are sort of typical Aganorsa flavors, but you got some orange, citrus, brown sugar, nice cinnamon, quite a bit of nutmeg, a rather earthy black coffee base, and black pepper at around 7.5. I seem to be getting some light caramel notes on the front end, but I need them to develop more to say they're definitely there. But the nutmeg is pretty standard. I wouldn't call it creamy. I wouldn't call it dry. It's just sort of there, and it does pull some of the sweetness away. But it's a pretty sweet cigar. So let's just see what happens as we go. Well, at the first third, about 20 minutes, about what I expected. And there are definitely caramel notes adding to the sweetness. At this point, I can already say this cigar is better than last year's version. Last year's version was woefully disappointing because previous year's version before last year, the year before last year, was very good. Every year stands on its own. But there are nice there's still nice citrus notes, brown sugar, cinnamon, and it's a very tingly pepper mixed in there with it. The nutmeg actually at this point seems to have come down to a really manageable level, and there is an earthy black coffee at the base. The caramel and brown sugar notes are very obvious and very nice. Cigar is medium bodied, and the finish is caramel, and a minor amount of nutmeg with nice lingering black pepper. So the cigar is very much to Tim's liking. I'm starting off the first third. At this point, knowing nothing else but this much, I rated 93. It's very good. Now, fingers crossed that we can maintain at least that level because sometimes they dip. Sometimes they get better. Let's just see. Well, here we are at the end of the second third, and my fears have been realized. The nutmeg has become extremely high and taken away a lot of the sweetness. The caramel and the brown sugar are fighting to keep the sweetness there, and it is still there, but it is decreased. The cigar is medium to full body. We're ramping up quickly. The finish is unchanged. The finish is nice. Pepper is nice. Nutmeg is very good, and I've gone on and on about nutmeg, but and I like it. But in this case, it rose, and Aganorsa tobacco would do that. Has a lot of nutmeg in it, so for the second third, because of the rise of nutmeg, lowering the sweetness, I'm lowering the score to 91. Still very good, but I really missed that sweetness of the first third. It was very good. Final third to go. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. As you can see, it didn't burn perfectly even, but it's not too bad. The good news is nothing changed from the second third to the end. Still had elevated nutmeg, but the sweetness was there. It just was decreased from the first third. It ramped up quickly in strength. It's pretty close to full bodied now. You could call it full bodied. The finish is really unchanged. It really didn't change throughout. Nice lingering black pepper, nice pepper on the front end. The caramel and brown sugar held some sweetness. It did not lose it entirely, so that's the good news. But it did drop off from the first third. I believe these may improve with some age, but reviewing it today, and they've been sitting here for a couple weeks, that's where we stand. The final third will be 91. So your overall score, averaging it out, is a 91.67. And like I said, I believe they will improve with some time, but that first third was very good. So there you have it, the 2018 version of the Lirio Rojo, 91.67.